There's one viewer. How you doing? Unless that's me. I don't know. Somebody, because I got a like. Hey, Cindy, welcome. This is a FaceTime, really, at this point. Oh, there's a few more people now. How you doing, Jordan? Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another live. Hey, Tim, Kathy, Beth, nature lover. How y'all doing today? It's good to see everybody. Thanks, Gary. I appreciate that. Edwardsville in Texas, or in Kansas. Wonder what ad that's named after. How y'all doing? I hope everyone got to see. The wedding was really great. It was first class. Danielle's brother did, and his wife were just amazing. Amazing couple, an amazing wedding. It was just cool. How you doing down in Nashville, Louisiana? We did. We had a safe trip. We're home. We enjoyed it. I loved New Mexico. Santa Fe is a beautiful city. How you doing up in El Dorado Hills, Barbara? Thank you so much. Whoever sent love to my family. And Grandpa is right out there. I'll show you, just so you guys can see. We got him back today. And there he is, hanging out. He's enjoying a little bit of outside time before dinner. How you doing, Anita? I wanted to jump on today and answer any questions. If you guys got a chance to see my background piece, it was 10 minutes. It got some pretty good exposure for the first day for a 10-minute. Grandpa did fine. The video that I posted today was him this morning. He came back from Mark in really good spirits. So he seems to be recovering better from the surgery, and we've had him for half a day, and he seems to be doing just fine. Thank you so much. Hey, Darren. Tony. How you doing in New York? John, mailing address for college swag. We do try and dress Grandpa in all the college shirts you send him. Most people just send things to my office, 9132 Elk Grove Boulevard in Elk Grove, California, 95624. The address is on SalingerFarm.com. He's sporting new socks today. A lot of people send him socks, and all these colorful. He has a drawer full of these super colorful socks from different places, and we always love to dress him in whatever people send for him, so that hopefully whoever sent them can see him wearing the thing. Look at all these people. The comments are going by pretty quick, so if I don't hit your comment, that's why. Grandpa definitely, he's a foot specialist. Thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Did anybody get to see the video that I posted, the 10-minute video? I don't know who watches 10-minute videos anymore, but I kind of tried to give the background, a little background of how we got to where we are in social media and the effect that that's had on my family and why I'm transitioning out of law and into something else. I outlined all that in a little 10-minute video. So thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it, Roger. Do I love staying in my home? I like being able to do my work from home, and while I'm around the people that I care about, especially my dad. So I used to, when I first got him, I actually would bring him to the office, and so I'd be able to spend more time at the office without just dumping him on Danielle. And but it's difficult to do that because then it's basically just dumping him on my secretary. So my health is really much better now, Darlene. Thank you so much. If you saw in the video, that year was kind of a life-changing, not only the mental part that I discussed in the video, but physically I started exercising and eating a lot better. So my health is tremendously improved. For instance, before the heart attack, I don't know if you know, when you have plumbing issues and narrowing in your arteries, I used to get, wheezy and kind of queasy and nauseous when I would fly, because you go high up and there's pressures up there on your vein, your arteries and your veins that would just kind of make. But I was up at altitude for 4 days and really did well. Walked up there, exercised. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, Joseph. For Memorial Day, I don't remember. We had a barbecue. The big question. I'm having the longer questions are hard for me to read because they're moving up so quick. Well, life with the call, that's good. I'm glad. That was my intent to, give you guys a little understanding of, how this happened. People, how do I have all the time to spend with them and be on social media while dealing with, home life and everything else. And that's kind of, it was something that started, it was a change that started me long before social media. It really started with the heart attack. It was a life-changing event for me. And when that heart attack hit, I scared the living crap out of me. It didn't scare me. I wasn't afraid of dying personally. I'm just not. I've lived a really good life. I've been really privileged and lucky. But there's a lot of other people out there that if I was lost, that wouldn't have the same life that I had. I had both my parents growing up. I didn't want to orphan my kids. I don't want to die before my mom. I just can't imagine my mom having to live through that. So facing mortality scared the hell out of me. And Danielle is here. She may pop on. I don't know if there's a way to slow down the chat. I really don't. If I did, I'd love to find out. Grandpa's favorite sitcoms. It wasn't really a sitcom. Grandpa would more watch like short series, like TV series, like Roots and so whatever. Some of those big, they used to do these big, 4 or 5 part series on TV for 4 hours every night. He loved those kind of things in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Thanks, Tracy. John, no, I never ever dreamed that the channel would grow this big. It's way beyond any expectation I ever had. I would have been happy to just get, a couple of thousand people watching, but thanks to my dad, it's grown quite more. Yeah, if you can tap the screen or hit the likes, I think that brings more people in. Danielle, you want to come in here and draw people in with your beautiful face? In a minute. Danielle will come in a minute if I'm lucky, and that will bring people in too. How you doing in Kansas City? Do I know anything about? I don't know even what that is. Mamatine HCl. I don't. Is that with cholesterol? I don't know. Mark does not videotape Grandpa the way that we do. I do think that being a doctor has helped him more easily accept his dementia and a lot of the things that he's facing, like he has Mohs surgery real often, it kind of helps him. He's not as nervous in the hospital as a lot of people might be because he's been around it his whole life. Are you on TikTok Live also? Brad, I do TikTok Lives a lot. Danielle and I do them. We'll probably do one after this. But I jumped on here. I figured that that people may have questions about the long video that I did. Please talk about the dollar considerations between law and social media. It must be lucrative for you to even consider. No, social media has not been terribly lucrative. Again, we didn't start out to monetize social media and didn't even look at it, until we had like 1 million people on TikTok before we even thought about it, because it just wasn't something I knew was. I didn't think that was anything viable financially, and we're exploring that more. And maybe it'd be great if we could ever monetize it to the point where it was competitive with law. Law is the easiest way for me to make money, but it's not good for my health, and it's not good for my outlook on life, and it can't. It's not something that's sustainable. I can't sustain both. Everything at once. I can't take care of my dad, take care of myself, deal with my mom, help with Andrew, and be successful at all of those things. So I can do social media here with my dad. He's outside right now. Here I am. I'm here interacting with followers, and my dad's right there. I don't have to worry about him. I know where he is. It just seems to work out well. But money-wise, no, it's nothing close to the money I was making as a lawyer, practicing as a lawyer. But again, what good is an income if you're going to die, or if it leaves you physically unable to enjoy the rest of your life, and the stress bogs you down? I'd rather expend my stress taking care of my dad, my family, and my friends. Legal consulting. I haven't considered. It's maybe something that I, as Andrew farted lately. It's the thing about practicing law is you can't do it really part time. I've learned that you have to be all in. It's just not fair to to clients if you are there half time. So I know that has to filter down and slowly. Maybe I'll continue to take on one client at a time. Something that works and fits and is fair to everybody involved, and namely including my clients. So I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. I don't know what the future is with social media. I don't know if I'll ever be able to earn a living off social media. Millie Pig is here. So those are all unknowns for me. But, we just want to get through the next year. I want to, make sure my dad's fine, my son's fine. And I know we'll figure everything out. I know it. I have faith. Does Ed believe in UFOs from another planet? I'm sure my dad believes in life elsewhere. I don't know if he believes that there's aliens here on this earth. Andrew's kidneys seem to be doing well. He had his last test. It stops our heart every time those tests come in. His kidney function is measured through urine. Thank you so much, Sam. His kidney function is measured through his urine and blood, and we test it every couple of months now. Used to be doing it like twice a month. Now it's every couple of months, and his numbers, every time we have to check them, it gets your anxiety up and your heart's racing, and you just want to see good numbers so bad. And thank God we saw them this weekend, and they were fine. Even given all of his lack of sleep and not eating well and being out. Grandpa does not know that he gets recognized a lot out, a lot more than I do. If I'm with him, he'll get recognized a lot, but he doesn't. He thinks it's because he's when he was a doctor, there are people that knew him or something like that. We don't want to. The only way my dad would end up, his kidney function is normal right now, lifeless. It's everything's within range. So we're really pleased and happy with the lack of progress with Andrew's IgA. I am not completely retired. I haven't advertised my practice in like 5 years, but I've had a long practice with a lot of clients. So a lot of clients keep coming back when they have something, and those are really the only people that I deal with are returning clients, and I'll slowly transition out. IgA nephropathy, Tiny, is a kidney disease. And it affects the functioning of your kidney, and it has a very mixed prognosis. The prognosis can range from nothing, absolutely no more problems in life, to ultimately progressing all the way to end-stage renal failure and needing a new kidney. So we are really hoping for the former outcome. How y'all doing? My TikTok handle is the same, Sam. It's dsalnorcal. And there's a lot of fakes out there, so beware. There's just one of my account. If it doesn't have 1 million people, it's a fake. So, Grandpa's up. So let's see what he's doing over there. He's looking to get out. Let me just walk over here and tell him that he should not be going out. Sorry about this. Dad? Yeah. You can't get out there. You can't get out. You can't go out in the front.
Wait a minute.
You can't get out there.
No, the fence was.
Yeah, I know. We lock that on purpose. We keep that locked so that nobody.
That's what I made sure it was locked up.
Yeah, it's all locked. You can come in or you can sit there, whatever you want to do.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm in talking on the phone, but you can watch TV or you can sit outside, whatever you want. We're just waiting for dinner. We're going to eat dinner in about an hour.
Okay.
So wherever you want to wait is fine.
Oh,
you like it out here? It's cool. It's very nice.
What?
It's very nice. Oh, there's a cat. Yep.
Yeah, just relax out here.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, Dad. Sorry. Grandpa's in, see, he's doing well. He's back from Mark. He has his room back. He's doing just great. Grandpa has ADHD just like me. It's hard for him to sit in one place. He won't jump in the pool because he doesn't want to get wet. He doesn't want to be cold. His CPU still works. It's really his memory that is, his RAM, for the analogy, is what's off. But he knows not to go in the pool. He can swim if he did fall in. Lifestyles, yeah, we'll have a meetup at some point. Danielle and I will start going out more and just announcing where we are. I don't want to do official meet and greet, seem weird to me. But, like if we're going to go out to a place or a local bar or something, we're happy to announce it. And if people want to come, they can come. And they don't have to feel like they're coming out for a meet and greet. Yeah, we do not want to put them in a home. That's the whole thing. Mark did medical billing with another brother I have, and they sold their business, and Mark retired. He owns a couple of houses, and so he's kind of takes care of those houses. And my mom owns a rental property. He takes care of that. So, I've been to Indiana, but I don't. Danielle's from Nashville, so when we go out and visit her family, I'll usually travel up or down. And I went to Indiana to see John Cougar Mellencamp. I went to go see Seymour. I drove up from Nashville, right across, crossed over at Churchill Downs in Kentucky. My parents' parenting style. So, my parents were divorced, and I lived mostly with my mom. Most of my memories are with my mom. And it wasn't, when you come from a divorced household, I didn't really have a lot of parenting. I was the youngest one. My parents were together through most of the rest of my older siblings. They got them out of the house. But, when they divorced, I was in middle school. And my memory after that is, I was pissed off, divorced, moved out of my house where I was close to all my friends and moved in with my mom. And she was going back to college, and she went and got her master's degree, and then she went to work, and there was not a lot of parenting for me, and I paid a serious price for it. Not in a bad way. I was just a punk. I was a punk in high school. I thought I was stupid. I never studied. I don't even know why they graduated. Probably just to get rid of me in high school. I had no idea that I could be academically successful. Goodbye, Yoni, until, really the latter part of college. I honestly thought that I was stupid for the longest time, and that's no fault of my parents. When you get divorced, they have to move on and make their own lives. And my mom had to start from scratch, and that was me. And I unfortunately was a little too wild not to have, the kind of the structure of people keeping me in line. I'm not an alcoholic. This is the first drink I've had today, and it's about that far gone. I don't even like beer, honestly. I drink it when I'm on lives. Really, pretty much the only time I drink is on either if I'm out or on a live. I don't like, because I don't ever drink and drive. So if I'm out or I'm driving or there's anything going on, there's no drinking. It's all here at home, or like if I'm in a hotel or something like that. And he's up again, doing the same exact thing he did 2 minutes ago. Excuse me for 1 second. This is kind of a par for the course if you've ever taken care of someone with dementia. This was the same thing happened 2 minutes ago. Dad,
Yeah,
that's locked over there.
I was gonna walk out to the mailbox, but I didn't want to break that up.
No, it's all locked and
Wire.
nobody can get out. It's all locked up.
What's that?
It's all locked up, so nobody can get out.
Yeah, that was done.
I got the mail, but you can either sit here or you can sit and watch TV, whatever you want to do.
You got the mail already?
Yeah, I already got the mail.
What?
I already got the
Nothing
mail.
there for me?
No, your mail goes to Mark's house.
What?
Your mailing address is Mark's house.
My mail goes to Mark's house
Yep.
now?
That's where your checkbook is, and all your things are at Mark's, so that's where your mail goes. The pig is out. That's our pig. There's the dog. Yeah, that's the pig. That's the Millie pig.
Yeah.
And there's the cat. Look at that. Cat's coming. Dog's
Well, I guess
here.
Mark's got some of my stuff too then.
Yeah. So do you want to sit here or inside?
I'll sit out there for a
All
while.
right.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, I'm talking on the phone right here. So when we eat dinner in about an hour.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That could happen a number of other times. So sorry if I miss. Yeah, my patience is it waxes and wanes just like the moon. Depending on what's going on, sometimes I'm patient like that. You know, the 10th time that happened, especially if I'm doing something that's, you know, like I'm trying to work or you know, write comments or, you know, write for somebody or concentrate on something, my patience is not always that great. So if you're out there doing this and you look at me and go, oh my God, no, it's my patience is like I'm a normal person. And I don't worry about him wandering off season. Everything's locked back there. He cannot get out. Thank you so much, Judy. That's really nice. And he's up again. This is how fast it's happening. I really appreciate that, Judy. But he is up again. So, Dad, that's locked over there, Dad.
I'm not gonna open that up.
Okay.
Now that's you close that off.
Yeah, we keep it locked.
That won't, I'm not gonna unlock it.
Okay.
I was gonna walk around the front door of the mailbox.
I know. We already got the mail today.
We did already?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Then
You
we'll have to go there.
sit right there, Dad. Wait for dinner. I want you to sit in the shade right there. Are you chilly? Are you cold?
Not really.
All right. Well, take a seat. If you get cold, I'll give you a sweatshirt.
Where are you?
I'm inside talking on the phone.
Oh, don't want to disturb you.
All right.
Everything's all right as far as I know.
Thank you. Mark's retired from medical billing. The checkbook really is at Mark's house. I mean, my dad doesn't have a whole lot of bills. He's getting an AARP, supplemental health insurance is really his only bill at this point. How you doing down in New Zealand? Thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. Mississippi mud pie. Again, Sarah, I have really good patience, and sometimes it wanes. I'm human, just like every other caretaker out there knows that you lose it. From time to time, you will lose it. If you don't, you're not a saint, you're like a robot. So if you if your patience never wanes, you're a better person than I am, I'll tell you that. How you doing in the UK? Thank you. Did you ever have an automobile accident? So, guys, he's up again. That's how quick it is. Let's just take a peek. What he's doing right now is he's going to check the other gate. So he walks from gate to gate. He's trying to get out to go check the mail. He's forgotten that we've got the mail, so he's going to walk over to that gate. He's going to find out he can't get out, and he's going to come back. Did he ever get in an accident? No, but before he lost his license, we received a ticket in the mail, those red light tickets, and it had a picture of him, so we knew it was him. And I looked at the lane he was in, and I could see the color of the light, and it looked to me like he didn't run the light. So I actually went to court for him without him. But when you get to court, they have the whole thing on video. It's not just a snapshot. So I walked in and I asked to review the whole video, and it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my entire life. He was driving. He still had his license at that point, and he was driving through a major main intersection. Not in the left. There's two left turn lanes, and there's two lanes going forward. And he's in one of the forward lanes, and there was a green light, and he's just driving. And I looked at the picture. He didn't run a red light. The light's green. And then I reviewed the video. Okay, and what happened, he's in the non-left turn lane going straight on a green light, which means in the opposite direction, they have a green light as well. And this is a major intersection. And he's driving, and all of a sudden he just goes, zoop, and just turns on the intersection. There's no one left. There's no left arrow. He turned from the right lane across the whole intersection. Like remember at the last moment he had to make a left turn. And he just missed a couple of cars by God knows how close it was, and scared the living crap out of me. I saw it. And that day I told the cop, the DA, he need to pull his license right now. He won't listen to me. He won't listen to his family on that. And there he is right there coming in. He's coming in. He's got to go around because that door's locked. We have only so many open doors. Obviously, you can't keep all the doors open, so we can control how he can gain ingress or egress. Come on in, Dad.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that was the end of his driving, and then except for the number of times that, even when, I'll tell you, we took his keys away. and had his car sitting in his garage parked. And he said, you can't drive. And thought we had all of his keys. Well, I don't know how the hell he ended up with like 8,000 spare keys. Thank you so much, Leon.
See if anything came today.
What, Dad?
I was gonna go to the mailbox.
We already got the mail.
What?
We already got the mail.
Oh, you're the first of the day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
so we took all his keys, and yeah, he still found spare keys, and so we know he'd be taking his car out, so we would take those as well. And then even after we got all of his keys, or thought we had all of his keys, we ended up having to take the car away. So I confiscated his car, and we brought it and we parked it here at my house. And at the time, my sister was living out in Vermont, and she'd come and visit, and she'd stay with my mom. And at the time, my dad was living in the same Del Webb community as my mom, just a block or two away. And so, and when my sister would come out, I would give her my dad's car to drive, right? So she'd be driving his car around, and she'd park it at my mom's house. And my dad would be walking, the streets like he always did. Everybody knew him. He didn't know them because he was already in the throes of dementia, but everybody knew him. And he saw his car parked in my mom's driveway. He went home, got the key, came back and stole the freaking car out of my mom's driveway. And Danielle and I were driving back from a soccer game in Reading, and I got the telephone call, and I had seen that video. And by this time, he had no insurance, he had no driver's license. It was, and we could kill somebody, scared to have. So I'm driving 90 miles an hour to get back to Sacramento and try and find him. We called the police to be looking for him because, at that point, he didn't know where he was going, and he's not gonna, who knows what would happen. And luckily, we just got extremely lucky, and I saw the car parked at his house, and we were able to get it. And then from that time on, of course, his car was never available at my mom's house. So and the very first video that blew up in social media was actually me yelling at him when he was trying to take the car out in my driveway after he had moved in with us. So we've had a lot of experiences with the car, and they are what they are. So thank God the car is no more. Oh, that's wonderful, lady girl. I'm not the dementia part, that your husband's moving in and taking care of him. He stole his own car, absolutely. Yeah, aware, if you're watching that video, yeah, there's a couple of videos with the car that are on here that are, I don't do people say I've got great patience. Go watch those videos and take a look at my patience when my dad's trying to drive away in a car. My patience goes away fast. I practiced, Jan, criminal law was my passion. Yeah, absolutely, cars and money. People go, why do they focus on car and money? Was he always about money? No, my dad never chased the dollar, but money is freedom. And so that's what's taken away from people with dementia. They lose their freedom, and things are all of a sudden, taken away, and their life is constricted. So those are the things that they feel gives them the opportunity to have freedom. So it's money and cars that are his focus, and cell phone as well. Absolutely, and cell phone. Thank you, Hip Senior. I think I did an interview with you on your website. Is this site a source of revenue? This YouTube is a source of revenue. There's nothing that compares at all to practicing law, or even working at it full time at a job, at least so far. But we haven't really explored all the opportunities. It was not our original intention. It may become more important to do that in the coming days as my law practice dwindles and dwindles as I'm working it down. But no, we have not been. You want to come in here?
Well, I can't, I'm cooking dinner, so.
You want to get going there? But others, we're gonna. How are
I'm
you?
cooking dinner, so I'm gonna have to get up and.
So I'm answering a lot of questions. If you have any questions for Danielle, yeah, and there are also not only in addition to the 10-minute video that the background, there's also some old pictures. I put an old picture video up set to Neil Diamond. That's my dad's waving at Danielle.
No, Danielle was waving. I thought she's not waving at me.
Oh, she was probably waving at the camera, Dad. So Grandpa was waving back.
That's all right, yeah.
What is for dinner, dear?
Chicken and rice and salad.
Chicken and rice and salad. And we have a tuna fish sandwich in there that Grandpa didn't finish for lunch. I love those old pics too. And I like the song, and I've watched that video a bunch of times. Danielle is not a lawyer as well. Oh, the puppy dog is here. We love you, Danielle. Kelsey. Thank you, Kelsey.
He likes you, Danielle.
Thanks, Cindy.
Giving you kisses.
Yep. Oh, thanks, Ulchi.
Someone got lost driving. That is, the dog's up on the top of the couch because
Oh, that's
ow,
her.
he gets jealous of this dog. So they're competing for our attention right here. And there goes Coco saying, don't, they argue over our attention. And whenever we're on live together like this, that's what this happens. The dogs get upset because we're not giving them attention. We're like staring at this camera. And there's Coco. Sit with Grandpa.
He wants to join the family.
Coco loves Grandpa for some reason.
Lynn wants to know why I ignore Grandpa.
Grandpa has always loved tuna, and she doesn't ignore. I mean, you got to sit here for a day. People that judge Danielle, she doesn't act for the camera. She doesn't put on a false face. If she's frustrated, she is what she is, right? And she's always been that way. And yes, you're going to see what you're going to see, but when it comes to it, she also takes care of him, makes his dinner, washes his clothes, deals with him when I'm not there.
Yeah, you guys need to get over that shit. Stop looking for the negative.
So,
Get.
yeah, there you go. She let it out. She doesn't have that kind of a filter. She doesn't have a social media filter because she's just who she is. And that's the way she is when the camera's on or off. It's all the same.
All the same. Like it, love it, don't.
And there's a lot of people I know that are on here. They're not the same off camera. She's the same.
Yeah.
The jazz singer is awesome.
Oh my
In
God,
fact,
the jazz singer is funny.
and Grandpa loved it.
What was it? I want my boom, boom, boom.
Dan, where are you staying up here?
Dad, we all live in this house right here.
Pardon me?
We all live in this house right here. This is where we
You do
live.
too.
I do too.
Who
Yes.
owns this house?
Who do you think owns it?
Who?
Who do you think owns it?
I really don't know. I could guess, but I don't want to
Well,
guess.
you can guess. It's okay. You can guess. Who do you think owns it?
Pardon me?
Who do you think owns it?
I think, no.
Danielle's pointing at herself. Grandpa's laughing. So they're having a, and you just think Danielle ignores them. No, they're having a cute moment that I wish I could show you with a broad perspective. But
Thank you, Debbie.
Dad, you've lived here for 2 years. You have.
Cammy, don't worry. I would
You
not.
lived here for 2 years.
I'm not changing. who
This
I am.
is my house, and you lived here for 2 years.
This has been your house for 2 years?
For 17 years, this has been my house.
Oh, don't you
Yeah.
worry. I'm not changing.
Well, so what's your question?
I don't know. There's no question. You asked if you lived here, and yes, you live with me.
I have lived here.
You live here you've lived in my house for 2 years now.
My eyes are
2
just
years?
hurt.
Yeah.
Where did I live before?
You lived in your own house.
Where?
You lived in your own house. In your house.
I have no, what is it?
You lived in a house. You had a house.
I have a house?
Yeah, you had a house. Yeah, and you sold it.
Oh, I sold
Yeah, you sold it when you came and you lived with Mark half time and you lived with me half time.
it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's all in the family.
Yeah, you live with your kids.
Yeah, so everything's going okay?
Everything's fine, Dad. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dextra. I appreciate that.
Pardon me?
I'm talking on the phone right now.
Oh,
That's very nice of you. My father-in-law.
okay. No, I'm not trying to make it hard on. I just want to know who's who, and what's doing.
Well, thank you so much, Laura. And the question, I will get to I'll find the question, CAS, and answer it. It jumped by really quick. Danielle is built like a brick house because she works out every day. Every day. Does this money go to dementia? We are working people that donate money directly to Alzheimer's, we don't raise money and take it in and donate it. If you donate money here, you're donating it to us. If you want to donate to dementia, we have a link to a website, the National Alzheimer's website, and we have a link and you can donate directly to that organization. In fact, this month is National Alzheimer's Brain Awareness Month, and we're going to do a telethon and raise money for the National Alzheimer's Association. And we have that link up on our website, and we would appreciate it if you would donate directly to them. We don't want to be a middleman or involved in that, but it's there, and we'll keep that website up. Thank you so much, Leon. We will keep that website up so that people can help find a cure. And it's a great organization. They take their money. Not only do they look for a cure, but they help other caregivers, like myself and Mark. We don't take aid from them, but other people need it more, and so they make resources available to people that would have a more difficult time doing this. So it's a wonderful organization to donate to, and we're going to keep pushing it all month, and we're going to have a thank you so much for all the gifts. Every one of them is greatly appreciated. I can't tell you how much, but we're also working to help everybody. But to help everybody, those donations should be directly to the Alzheimer's Association. And I have links on my TikTok account, and I will post. I should have posted a link on here, but I'll have it on YouTube so you can find it. Dad's a hoot most of the time. You get just kind of a taste of, especially when he's, waiting for dinner or a little bit, something's going on and he doesn't know quite what it is. He can be quite persistent. We don't know what the cause of my dad's particular onset is. He just has a broad dementia. He has not been specifically diagnosed. Thank you so much for that gift. I appreciate it. He has not been specifically diagnosed. We don't see the need to do that. But from watching some of the other social media, I think he's probably a stage 4 or something like that. I'm so glad that you want to wash, Dad? The bathroom is that way. Yeah, the bathroom is right through there.
I'll wash my face.
All right, well, you can do that. Don't worry about the glue that's on your face.
You just took a shower.
Oh, I gave you a shower about 2 hours ago, so you probably don't have to wash. I gave you a shower about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So you're clean. Your face is clean.
I get a sore.
Well, that's not a sore. You had surgery there.
I had surgery.
You had Mohs surgery. You got your bandage off about 5 days ago, and this right here is glue. And that's supposed to fall off naturally. They don't want you to pull that off. So I don't think you need to wash your face.
Oh, I'll go wash my hands.
You can wash your hands right in there.
I didn't know that.
That's all right. He's not going to listen to me. He's going to do what he wants to do. When he gets something in his head, my dad is, like his son, one of the most stubborn people on the planet. And there's not a damn thing I can do to talk him out. He's going to do what he wants to do. Ms., that is awesome that you are that you're taking care of your parents. That's really much respect here. How you doing in Virginia? Grandpa, you just missed him. He's washing his hands right now. You can see Danielle in the back there. Grandpa is here. He's getting ready for dinner. We got him back finally after being gone for 4 days. So it was nice to get him back, and I put in a nice video. He was all good smiles this morning. Yeah, my dad is very stubborn, which is not a great quality to add to dementia, but my dad also has so many great qualities. Like he's very trusting, and he'll accept what I tell him. He believes in his heart that I have his best interest in mind, and so that really helps. The stubbornness doesn't help, but his trust and his willingness to ultimately take me at my word is really critical, and I hope that never goes away. Old people definitely. My dad's he's always spoke his mind. No, I get a lot of suggestions and comments and critiques, and people like to, talk about my caregiving. And the reality is, what people don't realize is we've tried most everything that people have suggested, probably tried it 10, 15 times. We have the opportunity, don't go into their world, or, don't bring them into your world, go into their world. Don't tell them the truth. Don't reason. Don't, lie. Tell, whatever you have to do. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes my dad wants the truth. Sometimes he's asking. He knows in his head, and he just wants confirmation. So we deal with my dad differently from minute to minute, depending on how he's doing. And his condition goes up and down. Literally, it can happen in minutes. So I know him well enough to know when I need to tell him the truth. And sometimes when I can fib and ease his mind, and he'll move on. So we've learned through trial and error. You learn as it goes. That's absolutely right, Top Notch. You learn as it goes, and it's just as fast as we learn how to deal with it, his condition changes or it alters, and so you have to start over again. Start, step one. Hello.
Hi.
You getting a lot of people on here that like you, asking where you are. Yeah,
Cooking.
and she's cooking. What are you cooking? Rice and beans.
Green, yeah.
So I call that prison food, but it's delicious prison food, right? Mm-hmm. The trip was awesome. Thank you for asking. Danielle and her loves to see. She
Thank
doesn't
you,
see her
Sandy.
family all that often, so it's really nice. And we should get to have a reunion. And she saw her aunt that she looks just like her. She's 80, and you know her. She's lost a lot of the older generation in her family, so it was really nice for her to catch up with everybody. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. That's probably because Grandpa was on earlier.
Xando, thank you. Jeannie, thank you.
The trust is everything,
Yeah.
Deanna. For us, it really helps because he's not skeptical. So thank you so much. You ever donated that? I didn't see it, but thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm sorry if I'm missing the comments. They're just flying by. I wish I could slow them down.
Thank you, Barbara.
All my siblings help, Mary. My sister helps a
Mom.
lot, not only with my dad, but you know, if I need it, but she takes my mom in, which is, you know, something I can't have both of them here at the same time. So when my mom was having back pain, she moved in with my sisters for a couple of days, which was very helpful. And if there's an emergency, like when we were gone, Danielle and I were in New Mexico, and Mark wasn't feeling all that great. He had a toothache. In fact, I picked my dad up at the dentist, and if there was an emergency, my sister was on call, and she would have taken him. And you know, my other siblings that live farther away, if there was an extreme emergency, they'd be there. But they do what they can based on where they are in their lives right now. Do any of my siblings show signs of memory loss? I haven't seen it. I mean, with myself, probably the biggest worry, but when I'm exhausted, sometimes my memory's not great. What's over there?
Dog.
The dog. Oh, he's up. Thank you, Paris. Appreciate it. He's coming. I can hear the shuffle. So he's looking for us. I hear it. You hear it? There he is. What you doing, Dad?
He's reading my papers.
He's reading the papers. You see what he's doing right now?
Is there anything I can do to help in the house right now?
No, Dad, we're going to eat shortly, so you just take a seat and watch the ball game.
What?
Just take a seat and watch the ball game.
Oh. Okay.
He wants to help.
You guys are busy right now. Well, if I can help you, let me know.
I will. This way. And the only reason you want to come in here, the only reason I walk in the other room is I won't be able to answer questions, which is really important. I know you guys like to see him. When he comes in, that's fine, but I want to be able to answer your questions. How does my life change? It hasn't. The blogging, the social media really hasn't changed anything in my lives, other than the fact that, you know, every once in a while, someone will come up and say, "Hey, I love your channel," or, you know, "Thank you," or I'll be walking through a parking lot with a bag of groceries, and I'll hear, "Where's my checkbook?" or, "Hey, where's my car?" You would be shocked how often that happens. I don't even know where it comes from half the time. I just laugh and, you know, look around. Cars are driving by, so that's interesting. And if I'm with Grandpa, then it can get interesting because, you know, a lot of people will see me and they don't really know. They go, "I wonder," so that people don't say anything. But when I'm with Grandpa, it happens a lot more. We go to the supermarket a lot, and they all know him there. Or we go to the doctor's office, and the nurses are all waiting for him. They know he's coming. They love him. So those are kind of neat things. You know, when we went in to have his stitches taken out, there were 4 nurses and 3 doctors in the room for him. And, you know, because they enjoy him as well. They watch him. So it's like he's their TikTok patient. And so those things are kind of fun. You get in, you don't have to wait as long in the waiting room. So those kind of things are nice. And Grandpa still wants to help. It's tough for me to read that, Kalita. We got mods on here. Good. Come on over here. We kind of sneak out because Grandpa will just continue to ask the same questions through the live. Are you coming over here?
Well, for a little bit.
And
Dinner, so it's hard to.
Danielle is a stand-up chick, Joy. People don't realize it because they look, you know, at 2 minutes on a clip, think.
They like to pick out negative.
And you can see she's not shy to give them what they want, but she just doesn't care.
I don't care. I'm not going to act like one way and
Right.
not be the some way. So
he does see a lot of the videos. You know, he'll, when we're filming these videos, like right now, he'll be talking, he's looking at himself as we're making the video. So, I mean, he looks and he enjoys the camera. You know, if I'll show him a little video, I mean, his memory resets so quick. There's not a lot of utility in sitting here staring at a small phone. But if there's a good video or I want him to see it, absolutely, we show it to him. Danielle's not fake. You know, on social media, you run into a lot of fake. I don't think she has fake in her.
I can't be fake.
No, she can't be fake. And she can't do it with me either, you know?
This face shows it all.
Yeah, she can't. So like if I, you know, she's angry at me, guess what my life is like? She doesn't hide it. I will let Grandpa know, Taylor. But my dad has not been, he's up again. He's not been diagnosed officially, but about 80.
Lynn, adios, girl. You wish you could be like me, Lynn.
No, Dad, you can just sit down and watch some TV. You can sit down and watch TV. That would be a big help.
Okay, I was just wondering if I could help, and I'll watch the movie.
It's a ball game. Let me know what the score is. That'll happen. It'll come back in 2 minutes.
There's somebody, whose bowl is that at the table?
I don't know, Dad. You can just sit down and watch some TV.
Wait, there's a bowl of salad on the table.
Oh, that's yours.
That's mine?
That's yours.
There's a drink in there.
Yeah, that's yours. It's waiting for you. Yeah, it's yours. You can eat it now or you can wait, whatever you want. So Daniel's already put his salad. I'll show you. You know, the people that are on.
Show what meat you did for him.
So yeah, we'll just show you Walsh. Daniel's being so mean. That's the salad, and it's, you know, it's got carrots.
Mine?
She's cut up carrots. Yeah, it's yours if you want to have it.
Should I eat it now or should I?
Are you hungry right now? You can eat now. It's 5 o'clock. Go ahead and eat.
What?
Yeah, you can eat. Absolutely.
Do what?
You can eat it right now if you want.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, I mean, that's, while everyone's bitching at her, that's what she's doing. She's back in the kitchen making his dinner, and she's got the rest of his dinner, because she doesn't make dinner for me. I'll tell you that. Unfortunately, she doesn't treat me like a normal husband. I'm old enough I can do it myself, but she cooks for him. So that gives you guys an idea, although I do get to eat when she cooks for him.
Lynn can only wish she was as good as me, Lynn. I know it sucks to be jealous. Sucks to be
Concentrate
jealous.
on the other people for a minute.
I will, but I mean, just when Lynn keeps coming back.
Because people judge
just
off.
she's
People
jealous.
judge off.
She's jealous over the strong ass bitch I am. I'm sorry, Lynn. It's tough. I could teach you how to be like me too.
She doesn't have an OnlyFans. I wish. Then we wouldn't. That would monetize, I'm sure, right? You like OnlyFans?
No, God.
She's unfortunately too prudish for that. So,
Oh, sorry about your baby.
what happened?
Had to put the baby down.
Oh, Jesus. Puppy.
Yeah, Sabs unite.
Oh yeah, if you could tap the like button, it's
All the
appreciated.
Sabs that are in here unite.
Did you all get to see the? I put a 10-minute video out with a lot of background of how exactly we got here and what we shifted from, or I shifted, and Danielle's not happy about it either, but away from law into.
I'm not happy about it.
No,
at
she's
all.
not happy about it. But my health is happy
Mary,
about it.
it's Clint reminded me today when I was doing yard work. He came over. He said Thursdays are date nights, so you know what that means. Back to the casino. He said he waited for me while I was gone, and I need to accompany him so he doesn't lose his mind. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and that doesn't fit in with the transition either. It's a very bad thing.
I'm with Clint. It's fine. Trust me when I say that.
Okay.
Strong.
She's very strong. You know, Carol, there are haters, and that if you're going to be on social media, you got to expect it and be okay with it. Funny you ask about the Beatles. Grandpa, I'm sure he liked the Beatles, but Danielle's brother, that wedding was all Beatles. A lot of the speeches, there were musicians in it, and they gave their speeches with guitars, and a lot of them were set to different Beatles tunes, like Here Comes the Sun. So I was exposed to a lot of Beatles this weekend and forgot just how great those tunes were.
Every sob in here say how sobby you are.
Sobby? What's sob?
Strong ass bitches.
Oh. I didn't even know what that was. I can't wait to be a grandparent. I can't wait.
Do rude mean strong? Yes, whatever that means. Do rudes?
I mean,
Learn
I said,
English.
okay, we're gonna ignore those.
No, we're not, because they're idiots.
I'm not, you're a Brit? This is a California accent, believe it or not. That's great. Okay.
Anita.
What do I do now? Well, I still do. I just still do practice law. I'm just dwindling. I've advertised in many years, and
And I'm not
I'm
happy.
not there, taking in clients. But I slowly working through, trying to get to the point where, I can transition completely out. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen. I do have an employee that, as long as I'm breaking even, I'm employing somebody, which is a very useful thing, and it'll be there. And I don't know what's going to happen with social media. I don't know what I'm going to feel in 5 years. So I saw it in real life. Good for you.
It's important.
Why did the two podiatrists
Oh,
hate
Mandy,
each
I'm
other?
sorry.
Why? We got a joke coming. You have a pug pig? Our pig was supposed to be a teapot pig. It was never supposed to grow big, but somehow it grew big, big. John, she chased me.
John,
She
he told me
chased
he was
me.
gonna make me a lot of money and
I-
never have to lift a finger again or do laundry or do landscaping or pay the bills or take care of everybody.
Well, if
but
that
yet,
was true-
here I am and he failed.
If that was true, then you got what you deserved. Because if that's what you were looking for, then you got exactly what you
got it.
deserve. Karma is
He
a
failed.
bitch.
He failed.
It's.
He
We
failed.
don't have to say sob. We can say
He failed.
cob. Karma, ass bitch. Karma will get you.
No, you died. You killed it. You killed all of my hopes and dreams and aspirations.
Oh, that makes me feel good. Thank you so much. It's very uplifting here
Now
for
I'm
me.
just tired
Now she's tired and
and
SAB.
overworked and overwhelmed and what else? Because you all of a sudden just want to be a content creator.
That's if you had the heart attack, I'd be all about your
I
health.
have a heart attack every day.
No,
care
you-
about
you
me.
don't.
But yet
You-
I still work and continue to support.
This is
this
what I deal
house.
with right now. I mean, I have a real heart attack, but man, my mom and dad, shortly after the divorce, obviously things were, not as good as they are today. And over time, as they both, aged and became wiser, and realized they share children together, they shared Thanksgivings, and we did a lot of things where they were together. And now, that it's basically the two of them. The only people that they really have contact with are each other. As far as from that generation. So, I mean, there's still love there for sure. It's not really
Aw,
expressed
thanks,
the same,
Brenda.
but we've had a house cleaner, Stephanie. The problem is, it was worse when we had a house cleaner because Danielle would have to clean the house before she came.
Dan, you sound stupid saying that. Everybody cleans the house before they come. They have to pick up everything so they can clean.
Which is true. But in my wife's case, then after she left, she would go re-clean the parts that she didn't clean properly.
Totally inaccurate.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Totally inaccurate. My husband thinks he tries to be funny. It just pisses me off.
Yeah, she's not in a good mood. I don't know what's happening here.
Speak truth. Don't lie.
I
don't
didn't
lie.
know that was a lie.
That was a lie.
Okay.
Dan can do an OnlyFans. I mean, he's got to generate money. We still have kids in school.
That's a great one. I like. I missed the punchline to the joke of, why did the two podiatrists hate each other? So if you can repost the punchline to that, I'm still waiting for it.
See, Nancy, I didn't do that. I didn't mop or dust. I just picked up the house.
I don't even know how we got off on this. Who asked the house cleaner question? I didn't ask it. Somebody I was responding to something. I'm going to bring up a house cleaner.
I'm getting a house cleaner.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. We're going to need it because apparently, is there a house anybody local?
Apparently, Dan's quitting his job, and we're full-time creators.
We're creators now. So thank you so
Full-time
much.
influencers. So
If
anything
I
helps.
calculate the amount of money we've made right now, I'm making 42 cents an hour, and it's beach prison wages. So as long as I'm making more than Alcatraz and San Quentin inmates, I think I can survive.
Carol, I don't understand your question. Why does
I
Dan
understand
have to
it, Carol.
support the family? Carol, because that's his duty and his job. because I support it every other way.
Why do you wear inappropriate shorts? I'd like to see some inappropriate shorts. Do you wear inappropriate shorts?
I don't know.
I mean,
Gohan. I don't know. Gohan.
I wish you would wear inappropriate shorts, but she's pretty conservative when it comes to dressing.
Stephanie, I'm going to get one. I can't do it all. Don't worry. I will get one. I take care of the pool.
Grandpa
I take
has
care of the
6
yard.
kids.
I take care of the pasture. I take care of the bills. I take care of the laundry. I take care of the grooming of the dogs. I take care of dinner. I take care of the kitchen. What else do you want to know? I know, Sarah. I don't know. We don't have a schedule yet. So what I think we need to start doing is I think when somebody's on YouTube, so one of us needs to do TikTok at the same time so we stream together.
And there is a way to do that, and I don't know exactly how.
We can't do it with TikTok and YouTube. We just learned that. So
Oh, but
we
you
have
could
to
do
set
it-
up. We have to set up 2 devices and do it at the same time.
Yeah. Because like, what's
Yes.
the difference between?
And I take care of Dan.
Thank you so much, Jalea. What lessons have I learned? I've learned a lot of lessons. I mean, I've learned literally what's important in life and what's not important, and that most things that what society teaches us to do in life are not important. She's up. She's taking care of him because he's.
Give me that. Go sit down. Wipe your face. You have dressing all over your face.
I'm glad I'm not up there because, man, when he gets food, drives me crazy. I have that thing about I can't listen to him eat because I have misophonia or whatever it's called. One is much more impressed when you show them a foot. Why does it frighten the other? It's over my head right now. It's over my head. I missed the joke. Some of these questions, did I make an appointment, but they're going by so fast. We just got back from a vacation, Victor. She gets stressed out when we come back as well. You know, a lot of catch up, and she's been stressed out all day. She's doing fine. She's on here because I asked her to. So she's sitting here, and unfortunately, she can't turn it off and on with a switch. She is what she is when she is, and she wears her emotions on her sleeve, which is it's a good quality. You know, you're not gonna hold something back. You're not gonna discover something a week later. Yeah, I need to go to the pipe. I don't know. People get on social media. There's a lot of people in the room right now, so you're gonna get just about everything. I mean, she really is. If you look at actions over words or resting bitch face, look at actions. That's what's important. She's doing a lot. Could I help by running doing the vacuum, or I could vacuum laundry, but again, she has her own ways of doing things. She's a bit OCD, and so if I don't do it right, there's a lot of people on the live right now. Sell a candle that smells like Danielle. Who did someone do that right now? Or
You're not married. She lives by herself.
health before money, because what's money without health? How many beers? Okay, so I got a lot of I've had the same beer since I got on. See, which is I don't even see how I can't see. I've been on for 58 minutes and 51 seconds, and I've had one beer, and this is it. This is how much is left of one beer. So it takes me about an hour to get through a beer here, and I will. And it's kind of warm now, so I don't even know if I'll finish this, but I haven't even caught a buzz yet. Did your dad just ask if he's married? I don't know. He could have asked if I'm married or is he married? He might have asked. Sometimes he wonders if he's still married to my mom. Yeah, it's the last. I'm going to dump the last bit out and get a new one because I don't like that last thing. It's a Stella. Cynthia, I can't do, again, I have health issues, so I keep that in mind. Alcohol is not something that was contributory directly to my heart issues. It may have contributed. You get a lot of apathy when you drink beer. You're not quite as careful about what you eat a lot of times, and it works with a lot of things. So certainly it's not good if you drink too much, but I enjoy it just relaxes me a little bit, and I enjoy getting on a live with it because It helps relax me in front of, what, 3,000 people. So in that sense, Danielle, can you open this? I only have one hand. Can you open that? I only
Why
have one
didn't you
hand.
put,
I have it over there.
no, the thing?
What? Oh, yeah, I'm holding this thing without a tripod, which is something we have. What do you got there, Dad? What are you eating? Let's see.
It's good.
It's good. So you got chicken, you got rice and green beans in there.
Yeah.
That looks damn good. I can't wait to eat.
uh,
Yeah, the last part of the beer is terrible. That beer is going away. The old part of that going bye-bye. Mary, I do, when Grandpa was on a little bit, that typically really accelerates the number of people that watch. Grandpa has a really recognizable face, and in most of the videos that, for the first year of doing videos, people didn't even know who I was. They knew my voice, but most of the videos I was videoing other people: Danielle, the animals, Grandpa, the house, and so when Grandpa's on, people recognize him. Take a shot after 5,000 people. If we get 5,000 people on here, I'll take a shot. But you have to hit the like button in order to make that happen. I have to take a shot if if we get 5,000 people in here. Have we ever had 5,000 people on YouTube? Have you? It would have been you, not probably more than
No, I
me.
didn't have, I had like 4,700 or something.
I'm not a big alcohol fan as far as the taste. Beer is probably we went to the wedding. I never had one. Oh, I did. We had a donkey. There was a donkey serving tequila shots. So, but all I drank was beer, and then I had. Thank you so much, Mark. Again, that's multiple. I did take a shot from a donkey at the wedding. Thank you, Matt.
3.
And I actually had to leave I took 3.
You had 3 shots.
I took 2.
No, you had 3.
No, I had 2.
No, because you told me this was your 3rd, and then you walked back to the house.
It was really my 2nd, and I thought that so I took 2. Maybe I took 3. I don't
You did,
know.
because
But
you said, "Here, take this. I've already had 2," and I said,
oh yeah,
"You want me?"
I got 2, and I had 1, and I got 2 more, one for me and Danielle, and she of course didn't take it, so I took
I
it,
didn't want any more.
and then it just hit. It didn't. I'm not used to that. It hit me wrong. Well, I'm out of here. So
Mark, I appreciate
I
it.
got out back early to the hotel, but I'm an introvert, so which is really strange for people because in the courtroom I'm pretty boisterous and outspoken and on social media a lot, but when I'm in a big crowd of people, you can find me usually hiding in the corner.
Thanks, LR.
He doesn't very often, Saturn. Mark, thank you so much. You're going to make me uncomfortable if you keep doing that, though.
He's trying to get me a house cleaner.
Oh, God, that's fine.
I'm Tyler. He can't hear, so playing music for Ed is not a very successful thing.
And whenever we play music for him, we get some kind of copyright violation on from YouTube. I think we played a song. I mean, whatever it was just an old song. It was like one tiny version, and I was singing the wrong lyrics. And BMG or some record company, they have their AI out searching for that kind of stuff, and I got tagged for a copyright violation. So,
Well, thanks, Roxy.
you found a Bud Light bottle, and I was. I don't buy into all the boycotts. It's funny. I was drinking Bud Light and I was wearing a Chick-fil-A shirt, and people were looking at me like it was an enigma. And I don't even think about it. I put on a Chick-fil-A. I don't think that there's political ramifications to a frickin' fast food joint or the beer that I choose. But that's the times we live in. I just ignore that stuff on both sides. I like Chick-fil-A. I like Bud Light, or it's light. I have to drink light, so I just go for it all. So I walk around and
We don't care.
yeah, we don't care.
Oh my God.
I can hear him eating.
hear him from
I
here.
almost lost it. Now, you guys can't hear it, but I have this terrible phobia, this condition, right? Listening to my dad eat.
Misophonia.
It's like, again, fingernails on a chalkboard for me, and I could hear it. And I almost jumped up right there because he was chomping.
Today is a very
Thank you so much, Diane.
Today is a very sensitive day for me, so I might have a touch of misophonia too.
Is there anything I'm not aware of?
For who?
For your sensitive day. I mean, you have issues sometimes that I don't know what they are, like, your mom died or something on that day. I haven't, there's nothing
It's
like that.
June.
It's June. I'm just saying, I don't know what it might be. Like you broke up with your first boyfriend on June 5th, so you're having a flashback. I don't know. I'm just asking, is it just the stress of coming back from the vacation and all the work they're catching up? But she's dealing with we had all those storms out there, so we're having our roof fixed and she's dealing with insurance people. If you could hit the tap the like button, that would be awesome. And thank you to
Roxy,
everyone
don't worry about it.
who's given. So much appreciated. June gloom, that's what they have down south in San Diego.
My sensitive breast. Ow. Menopause breast. You know if you know.
I don't know.
I know.
I have Sam. I've had a heart condition. Mark. I've had.
I'm going to tell you something. ETX. We are never going to get him a hearing aid ever.
He's had multiple hearing aids, and he wore them for many years, decades even. But when he got sick, I don't know, a couple years into it, he can't. I mean, imagine his memory's gone, right? So every 5 minutes, he's having an issue with his hearing aids, and he wants to change the batteries every 5 minutes. He's taking them off, taking them off. Batteries, these little tiny batteries are falling on the floor.
Or
he breaks one, or I'm listening to it, and you hear really loud. I mean, like loud. And it just doesn't work. The hearing aids do not work for him. We looked for like the kind that you could implant, cochlear implants and cochlear implant, whatever the hell they're called. But we went to the doctor, and the doctors, none of them were willing to do it to him. He said he's not a candidate for that. He would stick his fingers in his ears and things like that. So we just deal with it, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Lumpy breast. What are you doing?
That was Mikey.
Oh, that's her brother, Dexter. My favorite law movie or TV show, The Verdict with Paul Newman, is a really great law show. I love it. It's got one of the best lines I've ever heard in a movie. I also like the civil action with I think it was with that John Travolta. But in The Verdict with Paul Newman, when the jury foreman comes back after he's just been, the big powerful elite, which is it's always law is kind of a battle between the common person represented by a guy like me. And whenever I'm fighting somebody, it's a big company with unlimited resources, and you always feel like you're being steamrolled. And they have all the resources and all the staff to just roll over people, normal people. And in that movie, it was the same thing. And they really went all out to just, really deprive this injured patient of what she deserved. And Paul Newman battles through it with all of his flaws. At the end, the jury foreman says, and the judge was bad, that prick, that son of a bitch.
Joanne,
and
it started.
Mark. And Mark, thank you, Mark, but literally, thank you. But you are going to make us uncomfortable. And at the end, the jury foreman goes, "Can we award more than the plaintiff is asking for?" Slowly. And I just get goosebumps every time I watch that. Other than that, I like A Few Good Men. I think that's the best courtroom scene I've ever seen, with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson on the stand. That's a really good scene. Not very realistic at all, but talk about goosebumps. I really love that scene.
Happy birthday, Jason.
But it would never happen in real life. I mean, the other attorney would just start talking, and they would mess up the progress that Tom Cruise is making. But it was great in a movie. It was a great scene.
Anita said she would like A Few Good Men too. Get it?
They're out there. It was a great scene though. And I heard, talking to the director about Jack Nicholson in that scene, they film those and the different actors, it's not all one scene. So they may film it and they've got the camera on Jack and he does his part, and then they film the questions with Tom. And Jack Nicholson apparently played that part even when he wasn't on camera, just to enhance the performances of the other actors on the set. And the director said, "You know what? Jack did that scene that you saw in the movie identical, like 5 times. He was just absolutely perfect with each take." And he did it. He did. A lot of times the big stars will leave the set after they're done and let the other actors do their part, and they'll put another body up in that chair. But Jack stayed and did it. And that's one of the reasons it's such a great movie. I mean, you had a lot of really talented performers that love their craft, from the director on down to every single actor in that. And, you know, we got to see the result.
You devil.
Oh, you went to high school in Yuba City? Amy, Andrew had a wrestling match up in Yuba City. It was probably your high school. I mean, I have not
No.
heard Better Call Saul, but I've heard
Inspector,
about it.
everybody's telling us to watch it, even at my brother's wedding. So we have to watch it.
Great call. My cousin Vinny, another one. That, you know, I don't know how accurate the law part is, but it was certainly entertaining, and Joe Pesci was amazing. I love the judge in there. I love every character in there. And Marissa Tomei, I mean, and Joe Pesci, I mean, with that suit. No, Your Honor, I know you don't like the other thing I'm wearing, so I'm wearing this ridiculous thing. The entire store has the flu. And Justice for All, I've seen that. You're out of order. This whole damn court's out of order. I love Forrest Gump, absolutely. I love Goodfellas, of course. Who doesn't? Who didn't? I haven't seen the new stuff. Tombstone was great with Val Kilmer as Doc. Doc Holliday, one of my favorite characters ever. Clearly, you know, my favorite role by Val Kilmer is a tragedy what's happened to him. 12 Angry Men. That's a little before my time.
What happened to
He's not healthy. He's got old and sick. I haven't seen Breaking Bad either. The newer stuff Danielle's seen, but I just don't have it in me to get into new things right now. Witness for prosecution.
I know. I will watch it. Maybe that's something we'll start
That
watching.
I probably would like, because
What, Better Call Saul?
yeah, I think I've seen the enforcer dude. He's an old guy. It's kind of like, reminds me of The Equalizer.
Lately, I liked Yellowstone. I watched it. He doesn't watch any of that.
I can't get into it.
Like that? It's
I'm
nauseous.
burping, so I'm swallowing instead of
well,
burping
that's-
out loud.
It smells like vomit swallow.
Well, that's because it's not. I'm just, instead of burping out loud,
well, that
I'm
just made me
swallowing it and then
nauseous.
giving it back. Sorry, it's Stella. Judge Judy, I mean, she made a lot of money. I don't like her.
We were just
I don't know.
in New Mexico, where Breaking Bad was filmed.
Judge
We
Judy's
could have-
too
in
damn
Albuquerque,
judgmental.
We could have gone to see it, but we didn't have time.
I'm familiar with Alex Murdaugh, and, you know, what a horrific
But
story.
You know when you
the
get
whole
the,
damn family.
You know when you get the vomit swallows, that's what it sounded like. And
it
I
was
just
not
immediately
vomit. It was just a
like,
burp.
my stomach. I was. Ugh.
I'm just trying to not burp in front of 3,000 people. So I'm doing the best I can. And I'm drinking Stella. Again, people are, how much you drink? I've been on for 72 minutes, and I've had one. This is my second beer for all the, you know.
We're alcoholics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to do lives, Natalie, on TikTok. Absolutely. We're trying to build the live audience both on YouTube and on TikTok. Joan, thank you so much. That is so appreciated.
It's Joanne.
I can't tell you. Joan A.
Joanne.
Joanne? Oh, that was very, very generous.
Very generous.
Did time with Real Polly and Jimmy in the Goodfellas.
I know, Cammy, right? Sometimes I'm just like, I'll show you.
Scarface was great. I mean, a great movie. I mean, yeah, those are my movies. You know, I'm just, again, the last 10 years, I haven't been into much TV.
Would you
movies.
want to face Judge Judy in court? Would she intimidate you?
As a judge?
Yeah, just in court. Like if you went up
If
against
she was my adversary or the judge?
the judge.
I would not like her style as a lawyer, because, you know, what I'm used to, to me, the judicial system, especially in criminal law, which is really what I'm going to talk about. You know, when you get into money for, you know, broken leg or, you know, whiplash, it's a different story. But when you're in criminal law, I don't look at it so much as just straight up competitive, unless you're in a trial. I look at it as doing justice. And that means all three elements, the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the judge, have to be on the same page and make what's right happen. Instead of having, you know, a ridiculously low sentence or a ridiculously harsh sentence, you need to just do justice. So I see all three branches being equal. And if you have a judge that is really overbearing or wants to have their way or is not willing to listen and has their preconceived notions, that's difficult for people to reach a true consensus and do what's right. And the best results we get are when it's in the judge's chambers with a good DA, a defense attorney, and a judge who's engaged and listening and you can find the right solution most of the time. Obviously, if it's a heinous crime and you're looking at life, you're going to trial, and then that's a different story. That then you do whatever you can do, and you push on all cylinders. But most of the time, the most effective and the best judicial system is when you do the right thing. And you have good people on all sides, not people
He
that are
does,
win at all
Adrian.
cost.
Sorry I asked.
What?
You just talk forever.
Sorry. I'm long-winded. I'm a lawyer, shoot me. Let my wife talk a bit. She's smiling now, but I was afraid before because I was afraid she was going to hit me as you guys, she's the negative comments. Thank you, Noah. It's very much appreciated. Primal Fear was a great movie too. Again, very unrealistic in the courtroom, but what a great performance. What was the guy's name that was in Primal Fear? Not Richard Gere, but with the defendant in the case with the split personality. That dude did an amazing job. I've never had a client like that. I've had clients that
Sean,
have represented
goes
both
easy,
of those
but he's all
personalities,
the
but not together in one case. I've seen people freak out in court. Not often, but it happens. Not often. I had a client freak out once in court, and I'll tell the quick story. So it was a criminal client, and it's public record, so I'm not divulging anything. Everything that I'm telling you is public record. And I've since
Liar.
I've since
My kids love that movie.
Reconnected with this gentleman, but if somebody was being charged with attempted murder, and it was a domestic thing, and there was bug spray involved. That was allegedly could have been a poison or what have you. And the guy my client was really, really temperamental. And, you can imagine I've people from all things. And he had a deal. We had worked out a deal with the DA. If the swab of the victim's mouth came back negative for bug spray, he'd get a year. Which is not bad when you're facing attempted murder. So a year in county jail. And the swab came back inconclusive. And the DA actually was a classmate of mine. I knew him quite well. We still talk today. And, he kind of, when we were out there, he said, dude, the swab came back inconclusive. And my boss says, no, you're getting a 3-year or 2-year offer, whatever it was. I have no say in it. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. If it was me, I'd make the call and fulfill the deal. He said, but according to my boss, inconclusive is not negative. So I had to go in and tell my client, and he flipped the frick out, pounding the table in there. And I'm just sitting there going, holy moly. And just after that, I'm like, yeah, I think you've lost confidence. And I actually helped him locate another star attorney at the time. It was the same guy who represented Barry Bonds at the time. Balco was going on. I'm sorry, he represented Balco, not Barry Bonds. But and he took over as his counsel. And I think it was a 2-year offer, but he was so pissed at me because the DA didn't give him the deal. And he ended up going to trial and getting 15 years. And then I think he served like 7 or 8 of it. And then he showed up at my office and said, that was the worst mistake I ever made was
Good night, Regina.
was getting rid of you. So yeah, that was a good freak out. I mean, he was pounding the table. I was just sitting there going, holy shit. I've had clients freak out like in the parking garage too. When you're dealing with people who are on meth and they're coming down on meth for court hearings. Are you just saying I'm talking too much? Mm-hmm. All right.
You take one topic and you just talk for like 20 minutes.
All right. Well, I don't know. Yeah, someone asked a legal question. You get me talking on something I like my life, and yeah, I can go off a little bit. Why do the two podiatrists hate each other? I don't get the answer to that because one didn't like the other foot. I have to think about that or get it. Are you a babe?
I'm so tired. I cannot wait to get to bed.
All right. Well, are you ready to get off, or what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm counting down. It's only 5:30. Now I sound like Grandpa.
All right. So I think we're gonna jump off here. I appreciate everybody coming on. It's been absolutely wonderful, and we may jump back on your TikTok.
They were arch enemies. Get it? Arch
enemies.
Oh,
thank you so much. I kept saying arch enemies, and I thought people were talking about. You were saying we were arch enemies. That's awesome. That is very good. Thank you so much. And truth, I'll believe me. You can find me.
I was a child development major. Arch enemies.
They were arch enemies. That's
Being
awesome.
slow.
We are going to jump off, and we may jump back onto the TikTok channel.
And for anybody who lives close, me and Clint will be at the casino on Thursday. Apparently, that's our day. Every other week, every 2 weeks.
There you go.
There you have it.
You guys are awesome. Thanks
Don't-
to
you don't say,
everybody.
there you go.
Well, I'm saying that's
You're
at the
supposed to
casino.
say, there you have it.
Thanks to everybody, everyone who gifted, and
You
thanks
guys
to
are
everybody
sweet.
who watched. Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate it.
just threw that on the
I
floor.
tried to throw it over there and it went off. But you guys take care, and we'll probably show up for an hour on TikTok maybe in a little while. So take care. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.